Lies are dangerous. Overall, we lie more than we brush our teeth.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Hey, this is Ray McGuff, and you are watching another episode or listening to another episode or watching and listening to another episode of True Stories We Just Made Up. And with me, as always, is New Farva.
I just pooped out a whole hamburger.
Yeah, here I am. I figured, I am the new Farva, but we need to have some old Farva flavor. So I've got a lot of little seasonings to throw around, to make it seem more like the old show. I don't know. So,
Why you gotta go bragging?
See, we
I
got.
bet she's got a lot of tread on the tires.
See, I've got all kinds of stuff. Can you hear that? You can hear those?
I can. It
Okay.
makes me sad. I miss old Farva.
Yeah, I've got some some of your greatest hits from the show too. You remember this character?
Oh, you got a piece of gum there? You got some gum there?
No, I don't. But
That's from the time that you met Rocky Balboa, I believe it was.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the time Rocky Balboa sold me gum at a Speedway?
No.
Oh, my God, dude. I was at a Speedway over off of Bethel Road. And go in. I just wanted to get a pack of gum, for the work day. I like to keep my breath minty fresh for all my coworkers. And go into the store, grab the gum, drop it down on the Speedway counter. Not really looking. I don't like to make eye contact with gas station workers.
It's like they're dead souls. It's almost like strippers, right?
Yeah, I mean, so I try to look down at the counter or the floor because it's like you're going to get intertwined with their shitty lives, and I don't want to do that. So anyway, I'm looking down and I hear, oh, you got a piece of gum there? Got some gum there? And I'm like, is that Rocky Balboa? And I look up, sure shit, Sylvester Stallone.
No shit. Sylvester Stallone.
Right behind the counter. And I was like, yes, sir, I like to chew gum, and keep my mouth fresh and whatever. And he's like, I can respect that. He's like, have you ever chewed gum while arm wrestling for custody of your son? And I went, no, sir, I have not done that. But I should, because that sounds like something I would want to be involved with. Except for the son part.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, and he's like, I suggest you do it. But if you're going to do it, turn your hat around backwards and reposition your hand right at the right moment. I went, all right, cool. And then I said, well, I'm going to take my gum and leave. It's been a pleasure meeting you, Sylvester Stallone. And he went, my name's Joey. And then I realized he's just some old fucked up Italian guy. So it really wasn't Rocky Balboa. I'm sorry, that story seems a little misleading, but
It does, but at least you almost met Rocky Balboa, right?
And
That's the gist I take.
I looked right at him. I said, enjoy your spaghetti tonight when you go home, and I went on.
That was vaguely racist.
What's it?
Yeah. Spaghetti, you just have to eat spaghetti because
Well,
you're
yeah,
Italian.
they're Italian.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I am not Italian whatsoever,
Uh-huh.
so that didn't offend me.
Oh, good.
That's all I had to say.
Good. I mean, I don't know why, if you were Italian, you would be offended by me assuming that you would eat spaghetti. Spaghetti's delicious. It's healthy. And it's been sustaining the Italian people since the beginning of time.
So we have noodles and tomatoes.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with this?
It's like Irish people. When I go to their house, I expect to have potatoes or fries or potatoes or
Some kind of
some
potato.
sort of lamb that they killed and put potatoes on.
Yeah, right. Some
know?
corned beef hash, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. How about this? Do you remember this character?
I'm going to be a pretty lady.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. That's
One of your coworkers.
one of my coworkers, so I believe is a serial killer.
Bruce Jenner, I believe it was.
Oh, yes.
The transitioned. But yeah, here's the one that I found. This is one that I cut out, and it could fuck you up, right? Like, listen to this, just out of context.
All right.
I'm not racist, but I don't like black people.
That was when we were talking about God, what was it? We were talking. Something had happened in the news, and we were talking about it. A politician or something,
I think it
and
was something to do with a coworker of yours.
yeah, that might have been well, there was somebody that had mentioned something at work, and it was a politician that said something, and we were making fun of how people always preface things with I'm not this, but I'm that, or I mean, when really they should be saying what they really are, and that's was the guy who should have just said, I'm not racist, but I just don't like black people.
Yeah, I mean, this going through those old episodes, there was so many things. Just I went through like 2 episodes and cut out so many things, but out of context stuff like this old clip of Farva,
I don't like old people.
just stuff like stuff like that. What else do I have here?
Whore.
Oh, this is a good one from you.
I prefer Jerry Lee Lewis, and he fucked his cousin.
I do prefer Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, that was from when you were ranting about Elvis. Real fun. I just want to recommend anybody who's listening now, go back into the back archives on this Zombie Takeover Studios Bandcamp page and listen to that old shit, because good Lord, I was going through and just laughing my ass off the way you guys used to bounce off of each other. But anyways, in other news, I got a new flag for our house. You know how people love to hang flags around and stuff, and usually they look like they're from a car dealership and say something awful on them.
Right.
Usually promote some sort of ignorant value system. I figured I wanted to confuse people. I've never had a flag before, so like it's new to me. So I commissioned one, and it's like a bright pink flag, and it's got a cartoon vampire, like a really happy looking cartoon vampire waving, and it's on both sides. And the text just says, "Don't not ever give up." So it's like a thing that when people will drive by and they read it, they're like, "Is that a fucking vampire? And what does that mean? What does that even mean?" It's like double negative.
Don't not ever give up.
Yeah. And then they can maybe
because
go.
You've seen those signs around that say
Yeah.
"Don't give up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one will just give them something to go home and like talk to the family about, and then they'll be like, "Why was it pink? Why was there a vampire? I don't get it." Just trying to make the world a better place.
Maybe you're talking to the vampire class there, and you're telling them, "Hey, don't not ever give up."
Yeah.
When
Eventually,
you're
you'll get your day. Eventually, you'll be treated like regular humans.
Exactly.
That may or may not be a story I just made up.
But what's going on in your world?
Well, I got kicked out of Kohl's the other day for trying on socks.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, this is. I don't know if I should be on your side or against you on this.
You would think that I mean, like literally, they're just the socks are just out there, right, to try on. You would think there's no sign that says "Don't try on the socks," right?
No.
So anyway, I'm shopping for some shirts and stuff, and I was like, I could use some new socks. And I get over to the sock section. There's a little goofy dude over here, and he's folding shit up, and he's like, "Can I help you, sir?" And I went, No, I'm just looking for some socks. I'm gonna try a few on. He's like, "You can't try the socks on." And I went, "Oh, yeah. Okay." He started to walk away, and I'm like, I'm trying these socks on. I don't care. So, I don't like to wear socks if they're too tight,
Yeah,
So,
I get it.
So anyways, so I get this, I find this really nice pair. I'm going through, there's like superhero socks, there's your regular cotton socks, there's wool socks, right? I find this really nice pair of wool socks. Then they have these silk socks too. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to try these first. So right. I take my pants down.
Wait a minute.
What?
Why this? Why are you taking your
socks on?
On your what?
On my dingus.
No shit.
How do you try socks on?
On my feet, sis.
No, I've got feet socks.
Oh, okay. This went a different direction than
So
I
anyways, I'm
expected.
doing it over my dingus and my balls. And
Right.
the guy comes around, he goes, "Sir, you can't do that here. Get the fuck out." And I went,
Yeah.
"Whoa, what are you getting so mad about?" I'm like,
Well,
"There's
I
no
mean,
sign. There's no sign."
were you wearing a mask?
Oh boy, you know what? I think I had it pulled down
There
because
you go.
it was starting to get too erotic.
There you go.
It was like I was being choked, and that's a whole other later. That's later.
Yeah, well, you don't want to blow your whole load right there in coals.
Exactly. That's after you buy the sock, right? But
Right.
you're never going to know if it fits if you don't try it on.
Yeah, that's true. Did it fit?
Oh, it's too long.
Well. Well, you know, it is strange that you have to just kind of take a chance with socks. Like
Yeah.
you can't, they don't really like it when you try them on. They should have like sample socks, you know, like I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you know,
Drop
all I've got is a little-
$9.
I've got, if I'm trying on regular socks too for my regular work days, you know, for my feet,
Yeah.
I've just got a little bit of athlete's foot. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not enough
I
to
mean,
cause a problem.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that this new thing that you're into with the crotch socks, that of course they're not into that, but they don't even like you to put them on your feet like you're like, you know, like the most of the population does.
Well,
So-
they ran me out of there. I put them on both of my hands and ran out of the store.
Oh, well, so you won. The day was yours, I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah, I've been keeping busy. I don't know if I told you about this or not, but you've heard of that, like the old back in the day, the historical pamphlet known as Common Sense. Thomas Paine wrote it. It was like sort of like a newsletter, just kind of letting people know what was going on in the world, kind of humorous a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a satire. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought, you know, we could reboot that. You know, I don't know if you can reboot a pamphlet or whatever, a newsletter, but you know, for modern times, because there's like a lot of idiots out there, and I think we should just scrape all the satire right off of it. Like, just have straightforward information for people, a certain sect of people that seem to not really get it. So a couple samples I got here from, you know, excerpts from the first issue. When you're talking to an employee at a fast food restaurant, you are talking into a microphone. So there's no reason for you to ever talk to this thing like it's your aunt who refuses to wear a hearing aid. It is technology. It works fine. You don't have to yell at it. You know, like fun tips like that. People can use that. Here's another one. There are only really specific instances where you should actually request that someone calls 911. These situations are called emergencies. That's why they made the number so short. 911 is not a shortcut to resolving your problems with local skateboarders in your neighborhood. I just think that things like this, they're not humorous. They're not funny. Just important things that I think common people should know. And
I think you're right. I think there could be a whole new group of bylaws and common decency type things that could be written, because people have forgot. Like an example, I was at a grocery store recently, and I came around a corner too fast, and this lady was coming around, and I almost ran into her, and I went, "I'm very sorry. I'm sorry about that." And she just kept walking. She didn't acknowledge my apology.
Yeah.
I don't understand that in society. When I was a kid, people used to go, "Oh, that's okay," or they'd be like, they might not. They might go the opposite and go, "Well, fuck you
Right.
for being too fast," you know.
Mm-hmm.
But at least an acknowledgement. Like, why did I make the effort if you're not even going to acknowledge it? Why didn't I just stare at you
Right.
dead in the eyes and you know, go and don't keep walking?
I mean,
you know?
we have numerous topics we can cover with this. I mean, just think about traffic. Nobody seems to know the rules of a four-way stop. I don't know if you've run into this before.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
But just a few simple sentences could straighten this out.
Here-
The person
here's
on the right has the right of way, right?
Right.
That's all you need to really know. Short and simple. Here's another one. When you're at a stoplight and you're turning left, get your ass out in the middle of that intersection. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out there. So the person behind you can get their front end in the middle of the intersection, make things go a little faster.
Absolutely. And here's the other thing I hate about four-way stop people nowadays. There's always that one person that wants to try to direct you. Like,
Oh yeah.
like they're like, "Oh no, I'm not going to adhere to any of the rules. I'm telling you to go." But that doesn't, it negates
No.
the entire four-way stop.
You know what? And this is what you should do. This is what I do. I refuse it. I
Oh, I
shake it
just
off
sit there. Yeah, I sit there like this. I go,
because they need to learn that they are the one that needs to go. I don't care if they're apprehensive or scared that I'm going to hit them. They're in the right of way. If we
right.
don't tell these people, they're going to go around constantly doing this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you fucking go.
Can I yell one more thing too in the same realm?
Yeah.
People letting people out when you're parked at a stoplight and say that there's a plaza next to you,
Uh-huh.
and people are coming across the plaza. Clearly, they're not exiting. They're using it like they're not shopping at the store. They're
Right.
using it as a crossway to get around the light, and they're trying to get ahead of you. And these fucking people are like letting them through. I never let them through.
No.
I never go, come on, Bill. Oh, come on. I see what you did there. You're smarter than me.
Well,
I followed the rules. I didn't cut through a fucking parking lot. I'm going to go my next turn through the light.
I always look at those situations like I would expect to wait until there's an open spot. Because I'm not going to make the decision for everyone behind me. You know,
Right.
like that's just crazy to me. But
Yeah.
anyways, what else is going on with you?
Well, like I said, I've been out doing some shopping lately. I got a whole bunch of food for this snowstorm that was supposed to happen this weekend. That's not going to happen apparently tomorrow into Wednesday or whatever the fuck. And, but I was shopping at Kroger, which I don't normally do anymore. It's a little high class. I'm in Dublin, and ran into Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently he's filming a movie here, and I had never heard it. I didn't hear about it, but I was sitting there looking at eggplants and thinking about making some sort of eggplant parmesan. And Tom Cruise leans in and goes, excuse me, excuse me, grabs an eggplant.
Wow.
And he's like, oh, hey, no, thin enough. Yeah. Hold it up.
Does Tom Cruise make these sounds? I haven't seen a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I was like, oh geez, I'm sorry, man, this is really awkward. I'm a big fan of yours. And he's like, really? Oh wait, yeah. And he's filling the eggplant, and I go, yeah, man, I fucking love Mission Impossibles. They're great. Risky Business, are you kidding me? Fantastic. Top Gun, A Few Good Men, Rain Man. How was it working with Dustin Hoffman? He's like, oh, great. No, yeah. He moves the eggplant around and gets it. He starts rubbing it on his face, and he's like, that's the one. And he keeps walking. And so, like, the guy behind me is like, oh my God, that was Tom. I was like, that was fucking Tom Cruise, dude. I wanted to get his autograph. And so I'm chasing him down this aisle. And I can see him. He's, for a little guy, he's fast.
Well, yeah.
Legs are running. I see him grab some other shit off a shelf, gets back to the back to the meat area, and I go, hey Tom, can I get an autograph, man? And he's like, sure.
Was he on a drug or something? Is this how he is? I don't know. I don't
know, man. And he writes on my arm, "Love you, Tom."
Wow.
And so I was like fucking ecstatic. I'm like, this is fantastic. I get up to the front area. I'm on cloud 9. I just met Tom Cruise. I didn't get any eggplant, but I mean, like, who could even eat at that point? So I get to the line, and the lady's like, wow, you seem like in a good mood. And I got my mask on, and I was like, yeah, I just met Tom Cruise. He's in your store back there. And she's like, who? Tom Cruise, the actor? I went, yeah. She goes, I didn't know that. And she like looks down the aisle, and I wave, and he waves back. And she's like, no, that's not Tom Cruise. That's Tom the Bag Boy.
Wow.
And I was like, Tom the Bag Boy. And she's like, yeah, he has an eggplant fetish. And people
he looks like him though.
But he looked like Tom Cruise, dude.
Wow. Well,
but I still have a little marking on my arm here from it. I mean, he's the most famous bag boy in all of Dublin Kroger, so
at least the best looking one, right? Probably.
I mean, he looked like Tom Cruise. I don't know. I mean, it was pretty, it was uncanny. I was going to ask him if I could join his cult, but
Wow.
I'm glad I didn't now, because I don't know what he does with these eggplants that makes everybody uncomfortable. But I imagine it's not locking his friends and family away.
I mean, You know, you should have took a look at what else he was buying. That would have led you to, you know.
But it looked like he was going to make some food with that eggplant. I mean, he had KY jelly.
Wait a minute. There's where you. That's not good.
Oh, I thought that's not a
No,
baking good.
no,
Oh, I
no.
thought that you put that on your spread that on your pants to keep the pie crust from.
You know what? I honestly have no idea what you use that for.
Yeah, I don't either. It sounds weird.
Yeah.
It
I think
sounds like a jam. I don't know, like a jelly.
You know
jam.
what? Though, if you had that, it would make sense because I think they put that on their teeth, like celebrities. So if you that would even push you more into that Tom Cruise kind of direction because
Right.
he's
You
got
gotta
some
always
chompers.
and around your mouth, you got to always keep that ready to go, like a pie crust when you're getting rolls.
Pie crust. Holy shit. Oh, now I'm just thinking about weird shit. Anyways, missed connections. Is that what the segment's called?
Oh, up next, missed connections. Yes.
Yeah.
The theme of this, ladies and gentlemen, is back in the day, there was a website called Craigslist. I imagine there still is. And they would have a section called missed connections. And it was for perverts who ran into each other and didn't give each other's names to connect again. And yeah, that's right. And so in this section, we're going to riff on some misconnections.
Yeah. So, to the guys out there who are still arguing that Limp Bizkit is and always has been a good band, they named one of their albums Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. That sounds like the fare you would encounter at the craft service table at a Kid Rock music video shoot. That is all. Misconnections.
To those of you out there who still think that Donald Trump might get to be president, take your fucking flags out of your yard. It's over.
Yeah.
Much like the Civil War, you lost. Thank you very much, Misconnections.
To the lady I saw buy $300 worth of PayPal gift cards the other day, what kind of life are you living? That shit doesn't even make sense to me. Why would there be a PayPal gift card to begin with? She paid for them with a debit card. If you have a bank account, why don't you just get a PayPal account and connect the two? What are you doing, lady? Misconnections.
Nice. To the young lady who wanted me to try to she wanted me to try to explain my job in a more dumbed down way. I'm very sorry that all I could come up with is I turn people who write bad checks and send money orders to Afghanistan over to the government. I should have been a little bit more clear. I work at a collection agency. Misconnections.
This is science. You can check this out.
To the guys wearing affliction t-shirts and pre-worn and distressed jeans in 2021, I said it just a few moments ago, but Limp Bizkit suck, and I'm pretty sure creatine is meant for people who actively are training and lifting weights. It's not just douchebag fuel, so you can fist pump more aggressively to the latest Megan Thee Stallion single. Misconnections.
Nice.
Is that what it is? Megan Thee Stallion?
The Stallion?
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I just learned who Lady Gaga was a few years ago. So I don't know. There's like all kinds of people out there now that I don't know music wise.
Yeah.
I just bought the new Chris Stapleton album. He's great.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, see?
Is he a new artist?
He's a new artist. I would say new in the respect that he's been singing music for 20 years, but he's just become popular over the last decade, I guess. So
I guess that
he's very good.
Shows you where I'm at.
Yeah. So to all the girls I've loved before, since I've been listening to country music, it's Valentine's Day and I'm sitting here alone in my apartment. And I just wanted to let you know that you were all right. You're all bitches, but you were all right. Misconnections.
Yeah, well, it is Valentine's Day, and I'm glad that we did this. It's a fun show. Still a little awkward though. Like it's still not comfortable yet. We're working into it though. You
We
know.
like you made a very good comparison with the jazz connection on the original. When Farva and I would do this, we'd be driving around in his truck after a day of work, just bullshitting with each other. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
there was no planning to it at all. So sometimes episodes would be garbage, and we'd try them again the next day or a week from them. You know,
Oh,
so
so I never
so
got the garbage episodes sent
yeah,
to
like
me.
I would delete an episode and go, let's do this again when we're a little better.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's not about it's not it's this is the fun part is the banter. You know,
Right.
the stories are secondary. It's the banter about the story. So busting my chops about the sock was fun. That's the
Mm.
thing. So, but
Yeah.
we'll get there. And this is fun. I'm sure that people were having a good time listening to
Yeah.
these true stories that we just made up.
Yeah. This one went a little smoother.
Mhm.
Um, I just have sounds that I haven't played that I don't know what they are. Let me see what this is.
A lot of Zoloft.
Oh,
A lot of Zoloft.
okay.
Real quick, one more
Anyways.
thing. Can we get maybe we get some people that like, do you have a true story and you want
Oh,
me to read it as if I just did it? You
there
know,
we go.
something like that too
We
might
could
might
do
be
that.
interesting. If
Yeah.
anybody wants to participate, nobody seems to ever do though.
No,
But
nobody wants to do anything. But whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Um, but anyways, do you have anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
yeah, I was watching the Chappelle show. He just recently got got it put back on Netflix, and
Oh yeah.
so I was watching it this afternoon to get a little inspirato to have.
Hmm.
So I'll be in a good mood as opposed to my normal dour self, and a lot of that stuff's doesn't hold up in today's climate,
No, it
you know.
doesn't.
And I'm like
Yeah.
laughing at it because it's funny to me because I remember watching it when it aired.
Hmm.
But I think in a room full of millennials, these
Yeah.
skits might not do well.
You know, I always thought it was different than his stand up by so much. Like it wasn't as smart. I didn't think. I don't know. It just seemed like
He has
you know.
a lot of misses. Like they take all the commercials out on Netflix, you know,
Hmm.
so there isn't that lull. So maybe I'm remembering it as waiting, like I was waiting on the edge of my seat for each one to come back. But
Right.
there's a lot of these sketches, especially in season one, that I'm just like, wow, that's forgettable.
Hmm.
No wonder I don't remember that. That was terrible, you know. Or they'll hit on a note and then redo that one again 2 episodes, you know.
Yeah.
So and I don't remember
I
it
th-
being so recycled feeling,
I
you know.
think I remember liking the parts where he was standing on the stage more than the sketches themselves.
Oh yeah,
I think I liked the Wayne Brady thing that he did. I can't remember what exactly happens. He goes out on the town with Wayne Brady or something.
yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Brady tries to kill him.
But, it was always just, I don't know, not the
It's
same as his stand up for sure. Like I always loved his stand up, all of it. I don't think there's any especially he put out that I don't like, it's,
right.
but
It's to me, it feels like one of those things where he wanted to comment on something societal, and then there were other people involved in it too, you know. So it would be like half his humor and then half somebody else's, which is fine. And
yeah.
I imagine it's Neil Brennan, who's also very smart. His stand-up's great too.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's pulling at each other at times. So I just kind of wanted
Hmm.
to like see if anybody else had watched it out there in our age group, because we remembered watching it originally. If you've rewatched it recently and kind of felt the same way, like you're like, I don't know, it's not as fun this time
Hmm.
around for me.
Yeah, I watched some of it not too long ago, the first time that it was on Netflix before he had it taken down. And I
Yeah.
was like, man, this stuff really is so dated, and it's all race stuff. It's like every joke is a race joke, and I don't think that's what most of his humor was based on. It was always based on like the thing I liked about it was it was absurd. at point. Like, he would take it to an absurd place. It wouldn't be, there might be racial stuff in it, but that wouldn't be the main hinge of it. It would, be about a baby selling crack at 2 a.m. in the morning or whatever, like that was always the ridiculous shit that I liked.
That was that baby from the club.
Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, anything else you've been watching lately?
I rewatched all of the series Hannibal to get ready for the new series Clarice that just came out, and I liked the first episode of Clarice. I still think Hannibal is a much better show. They probably should have let the guys that did that do this show too, but for whatever reason they didn't. I watched that new Nicolas Cage movie too last night.
Oh yeah,
Willy's World, or what is it?
How's that?
Oh, what's it called?
Willy's Wonderland or whatever.
Wonderland, yeah. Let me tell you guys, if you're expecting Nicolas Cage quips, you're going to be sorely disappointed. He does not speak a line of dialogue in the entire movie.
Oh, really? I thought he said something in the trailer.
Nope.
No? Wow.
I watched the whole thing last night. He does not utter. He makes noises like, stuff
I wonder
like this.
Why? To get him cheaper, you think?
I don't know, but the animatronic bad guys talk more shit than he does.
Oh yeah,
and it's got some pretty great robot kills in it, mind you. Like he's fighting these robots.
That's what you're going for, I think. Yeah. But
I liked it a lot, actually. I'm gonna probably.
Good Lord, that's a completely different thing than Color Out of Space. Then that's all great Nicolas Cage. Things.
He still has his reactions to things, man. Like he does his Nick Cage faces, but he doesn't talk.
Yeah. Evidently, when they did Color Out of Space, they told him to basically do the same, act the same way as he did in Vampire's Kiss, like that weird insanity that he has. I think I have some sounds on here from that. Let me see if I can pull them up just because I know I had him for the show. This is one of my favorite things he says in that movie.
You don't get a lot of milk from an alpaca.
You remember that? He's like just an alpaca farmer for some reason.
He just quit his job and became an alpaca farmer and bought this like crazy mansion, and that's what makes that movie so great is there are so many levels of insanity that's already going on before the fucking meteor hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His daughter wants to be a witch. His wife's got this weird symbiotic relationship with their youngest son. He's a fucking mess, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a few different clips from that for the horror show because we're reviewing that. So look forward to that coming soon to the channel. But I'm going to play a couple of these.
What the fuck are you talking about?
His delivery is phenomenal.
Do me a favor and get the fuck out of my sight, okay? No, actually, I'll save you the trouble and get the fuck out of yours.
Just the way. Why would he deliver it like that? Like
he fucking devolves by the end of it. He's like talking like he's from New York or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's always got this like upper crust talk at the beginning. Almost talking down to people, but by the end of it, he's like, "Fucking yeah, like, his whole thing is just like he's like a whiny bitch by the end of it."
There's a scene where he has his garden grows like really wonderful big tomatoes and stuff, and he's out there going, "Oh yeah, oh look at the size of that one," and then they taste like shit, and he has like a freak out and smashes them into the trash can. There's great freak outs in that movie because he does this in the car.
You fucking cocksucker! You cocksucker! You cocksucker!
Yeah, phenomenal acting, man. I love it. He's when he's doing that too. If you hear, he is not talking the same as he did in the clip before.
Yeah,
it's insane. It's
he's
like
all over
the place. He's playing like 4 different characters.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I mean, you want to see some fucked up shit, check that movie out. But
I
dude,
love it. It's I watched it when it came out like 3 times, man. Right back to back. I couldn't stop. It's amazing.
it's definitely a piece of art. I mean, it's well done. The colors are crazy beautiful in it, and I don't know. Even though there's like you're clearly at the end, you're like, wow, this is like a CGI uh orgy. You know, it's like just there's so much CGI happening. You have to just be like, yeah, but look at what's happening. You know, look at what world we're in here.
Yeah. It's like by the end, it's everything's kind of swirling, right? And it's almost as if that world is ending. You know what I mean? That's the way I looked at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you couldn't really do that justice without throwing some CGI in, I think, the way they wanted to.
When you're doing Lovecraft stuff, it's really hard to not do CGI, I think. Yeah, I mean, no matter how you look at it. But anyways, look, we should wrap this up, and
Okay.
we'll see you guys next month. We'll bring it back, and some new true or not so true stories
We just made up.
we just made up. We'll see you next time.